Hello and welcome to another one of my declutter videos. Yay! So today I'm going to be decluttering my single eyeshadows, and to be honest, I have no idea how this is going to go. I didn't really plan at all how I was going to go about this or what I thought I was going to be keeping and getting rid of. I could be getting rid of a lot, or I could be getting rid of not very much. I'm honestly not sure at all, so I guess we'll just kind of dive right in and see. As you can see, I have a lot of ColorPop. They are some of my favorite eyeshadow formulas for all over the lid. I have some drugstore down here, a couple of NARS, some MAC, some loose pigments over in this section, and then I've got all of my Z palettes over here. Let's go ahead and start with the pigments because I don't really use a lot of pigments, so maybe I can do some damage in this area. I'm just gonna grab these two off the bat. These are two MAC pigments. These are the only two I have. I have them in the shade Melon and the shade Blue Brown. I'm gonna keep both of these because I think these are both beautiful and they work really well, and they're in these cute little pigment containers. So these two are staying. I have this one that I think I got in an Ipsy forever ago. This is by the brand Kaylin in the shade Orchard. Oh, it is really pretty. I just don't really use pigments a whole lot, so I think I am gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. Okay, moving on to this one right here. This is by the brand Inca. I believe I got this in an Ipsy bag also. It's this, it really is a very pretty color. It's like a grayish blue shade. I don't think I've actually ever worn this. I'm gonna get rid of it. Nope. Yep. Okay, it's gone. Next, I have a Bare Minerals in the shade Queen Tiffany. Oh wow. Well, this is just kind of stunning. Okay, yep, definitely gonna keep this. This is gorgeous. Okay, I have another Bare Minerals pigment. This is in the shade Nightfall. Oh god, look at that. I haven't even used it at all. I can see that this is a bronzy shade, and rather than opening it and swatching it, I'm going to just pass it along as is. I think my last Bare Minerals powder is in the shade Bali. So this is, oh wow, like a champagne gold kind of color. Again, I have this sort of shade in other eyeshadows that I think I would prefer to use over a loose pigment, so I'm going to pass that along. These four ones right here I got at a craft fair. These are loose pigments. I bought them kind of on a whim, and I kind of wish I hadn't because they don't translate that well onto the lid, and so I think I am going to go ahead and just pass all of these along. Okay, making some good progress so far. This is another pigment in Tin Man by Bella Pierre, and again, I haven't even opened this. This is a silver shade. I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. I don't use silver very much, and if I do, I don't think I would use it in a loose pigment. Let's see, next I have a little pot of shadow, a cream shadow by City Color Cosmetics. It's very yellow gold. Actually, I think this went bad because it did not used to look like that, so I am actually going to just go ahead and toss this. These are my next kind of cream products. These are the 5-in-1 Bare Minerals BB Advanced Performance Cream Shadow. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this little one just to kind of use as a base for my eyeshadows. Didn't see how it works, and then I'm going to get rid of these two right here. This kind of relates, kind of doesn't. This is a Mica Beauty eye primer. I'm not a huge fan of this, so I am either going to pass this along or throw it away. Let's see. Next, I have this Trestique eyeshadow chubby pencil thing. Nope, not a fan. It's kind of chunky, not good for me. Gonna get rid of it. This next one is by Tati. I think LOC stands for Love of Color. This is another eyeshadow stick. It's just a gold color. Not a huge fan, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This is great for bright colors. You put it on your lid before you put on a bright eyeshadow, and it helps it pop a little bit more, so I am going to hold on to this. Next, I have this Pixie shadow pen in the shade Gentle Gold. It's kind of drying, so I think I'm going to pass this one along also. Next, I have a Tarte Smolder Eyes in Gunmetal pencil. I'm not a huge fan of smoky eyes, so I think I'm going to pass this along also. Next, I have this nude stick in the shade Gilt, G-I-L-T. A little too yellow gold for me, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that along also. Okay, doing pretty good so far. Next, I have this cream eyeshadow by the Ide group. I'm actually not entirely sure what this brand is, but it is in the shade Violet. That's a pretty color, but I will like never ever wear that, and I haven't since I got it in the subscription box, so I'm going to pass that along. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Let's move on to these shadows right here. First, I have a Sephora eyeshadow. It's a matte. It's in the shade Safari, and I'm going to hold on to this and pop it into a Z palette probably after this video. Next, I have a couple Lorac shadows. This is in the shade Bronze. I'm going to hold on to this and put it in my maybe pile and see what other bronze shadows I have. And if I have other ones that I like more, then I'll get rid of this one. The other one I have is in the shade Serenity. That is actually really pretty. I'm going to hold on to this one for sure. Next, my NYX eyeshadows. These two actually look very, very similar. I have the shade Fireball and Showgirl. So let me go ahead and swatch them. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. I am going to go ahead and hold on to Fireball and pass along Showgirl. Okay, my other two are also purples. They're duplicates. This first one is in the shade Punk Heart. And the next one is in the shade Fetish. Okay. Not nearly as good. I'm going to pass along Fetish and keep Punk Heart. This final NYX eyeshadow is a baked shadow in the shade Euphoria. It's kind of just almost like a loose glitter, but it's pressed. Yeah, you know, it's practically a highlighter, but I have better highlighters, so I'm going to pass this one along. All right, I am doing pretty good so far. I've probably just jinxed it, so hopefully not. This is an eyeshadow that I got from somebody, and I think it's really old. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of these two colors, but it's not quite as pigmented and I never use it, so I'm gonna pass this along. This is a MAC eyeshadow in the shade Fire Spot. All right, went ahead and cleaned off my hands just a little bit. This next shadow is L'Oreal in the shade Blushed Suede. Not a whole lot of pigment payout on this, so I'm gonna pass this one along. Next is this eyeshadow by Pacifica. This is in the shade Ethereal or Thrill. Oh god, I'm probably butchering that. I mean, it's okay, but you know, I don't love it, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass that one along. Next, I have a cargo eyeshadow in the shade Provence. It's a very lilac purple color. I mean, it's pretty. It's actually really pretty. I've never used this. Trying to think of if I would ever use this. No, I don't think I would. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. Let's see. Next, I have two of the Color Tattoo 24-hour eye creams by Maybelline. The first one is a kind of just plain purple. I don't love these at all. That just looks awful. I actually think this is dried up, so it needs to go in the garbage. The next one is in the shade Bad to the Bronze, and it also looks like it's dried up. Yep, super dried up. So, I mean, color payoff was actually pretty good, but yeah, it's coming up off of the edges, so this needs to get tossed. Next, let's just go ahead and do my NARS eyeshadows. This first duo is in the shade Isolde, and it's perfect for the summer. It's just a golden and a bronze shade, so I'm going to keep these. I also love NARS packaging. This other one is a single eyeshadow. It is in the shade Europa? I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of like this creamsically pinky orange light shade. It's beautiful. I'm going to keep this. Moving on to my Milani single shadows. This first one is in the shade Bella Champagne. It's pretty, but I don't think I would use it. You know, I have other ColorPop ones that pop a little bit more that I think I would use before I would use this one. Next, I have another one in Bella Cappuccino. Ooh, you know what? I actually really like this one. This is a kind of a satiny brown color. Great transition, or maybe even all over the lid. I'm going to keep this one. I have another purple shadow. This is in the shade Bella Purple. I think I am going to hold on to that one. And I do really love the packaging of Milani eyeshadows. I think it's really pretty. I also have this green one by Milani called Bella Emerald. It's actually really beautiful. Let's see how it swatches. Ooh. Yep, all right. Keeping that one too. All right. Oh, I missed these two MAC ones. This is a MAC eyeshadow in the shade Stolen Moment, and it's so beautiful. It's a really beautiful taupey purple shade. I actually haven't used this very much because I don't want to ruin it because it's so pretty. I'm definitely keeping this one. The other one is in the shade Antiqued. It's like a bronzy brown shade. Ooh, this is like the Lorac one, but way better. So I'm definitely getting rid of the Lorac shadow, and I'm going to hold on to this MAC eyeshadow. Next, I have these two L'Oreal. These are the Infallible eyeshadow. They're like a cream. The first is in the shade Amber Rush. This is kind of what it looks like. Oh my god, just look at that. Holy guacamole. Oh, yep, okay, 100% gonna keep. I actually love that type of shade. Next, my other color is in the shade Bottomless Lava. Ow, look at that. It's like pigment in a pot. I just can't get rid of that one. It's so beautiful. And if I ever want a smoky eye, this is the shade I'm gonna go to. Okay, let's go ahead and go over here. These and these are both by Coastal Scents. I will never reach for these. They might be good shadows, but someone else might get better use out of them, so I'm gonna get rid of both of these. This little Revlon chunk, there's like almost no color payoff there. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Finally, I have a Wet n Wild eyeshadow in the shade Brulee or Creme Brulee. I use this all the time actually for kind of just evening out my eyelid and help blending, so I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, let's move on to ColorPop. Oh lord. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start. First off, alright, so first I have the shade Muse. This is a stunning color, keeping. Next I have the shade K-Pop Beverly. I mean, that would actually be pretty smoked out. I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile. Let's put that over there. Okay, next I have the shade Mixtape. I've used the crap out of this, keeping. I have the shade K-Pop Sunset Boulevard. It's beautiful summer shade, keeping. Next I have the shade Waddles. Again, beautiful shade, keeping. Don't be surprised if I don't get rid of too many ColourPop shadows. They're my favorite. This one is Porter by Kathleen Lights. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and keep Porter and get rid of, oh god, you know, Beverly is like Porter but less sparkly that I just really love. You know what? I love both of these. They look so similar, but they're also so different. Like you can see the sparkles in Porter. This one would just look really pretty smoked out on the eye. Okay, next I have the shade Partridge. Such a beautiful like blue-brown color, keeping. This is the shade Puppy Love. I've used the absolute crap out of this one also, keeping. Ooh, okay, next I have Cornelius. This is a matte shade, and I'm not a fan of the mattes. And although this is Kathleen Lights, I'm gonna get rid of it. Next I have the shade Bill. This is again another matte. I think these might be dried out actually. Like no pigment. I might end up just having to throw those ones away. Okay, next I have the shade Glow. This is another matte. You know, I just never ever use this one, so I am gonna pass that one along. Next I have the shade Telepathy. This is also by Kathleen Lights. It's this greenish yellow. That's what it looks like. I mean, it is a stunning color. I don't know when I would ever use this. Oh, and I hate to get rid of it because it is so beautiful. Nope, I don't use it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Next, I have the shade Hanky Panky. This is another matte shadow, which there is nope. Okay, getting rid of it. Oh, wow. Okay, doing pretty good so far. Moving into this little tray right here. Up on this first corner, this is the shade Sequin. Yep, very pretty, very rosy, coppery color. I love. This is the shade DGAF. Oh, yeah. Yep. Beautiful. All right, next we have the shade Central Perk. Oh, you know what? I think, oh, look, it's cracked. It has dried out. Oh, how sad. The matte ones dry out so bad. Okay, getting rid of that one. This is the shade Stereo. Beautiful. Yep, okay, keeping that one. Okay, this next shade Hustle. Nope, dried out. Oh, dang it. Getting rid of. This is the shade Lala. Another one of my favorites. Definitely keeping. Let's see, moving on to Game Face. It's very coppery. Oh yeah, very pretty. Okay, let's see. Up in this corner, we have Trois. This is another matte shade. I think maybe it's satiny. That is actually stunning. Okay, I need to break this out and use it. That's beautiful. Next we have Bandit, I believe. That is actually really pretty. Very pretty bronze shade. I'm going to hold on to that one. I also have Birthday Boy. And this is one of their special edition launches. Very, very glittery, but it is very pretty, and it brings me joy because it's purple packaging and beautiful. Next I have the shade Millionaire. Whoa. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Okay, keeping this one. This is the shade Weenie, probably one of my favorites. Beautiful. Keeping. This is the shade Kathleen Lights. It's a little more muted, but sometimes I like that. Very pretty. Keeping. This is the shade Drift. It's dry and it's kind of flaky, and I feel like one of these, I'm not gonna get rid of it. Dang. This is the shade Hammered. It is a green with flecks of sparkle in it. Actually, it almost shows up black. I don't love that. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, holy crap. Getting rid of a lot more than I thought I was going to. This next shade is Boy Band. This is a bronze color. Beautiful. It does remind me a lot of whatever this was, but it's different. Different enough for me to say, I want it. I want to keep it. Next, I have the shade Cheeky. I think this is another matte shade. Oh, actually, that's beautiful. I'm going to keep it. Okay, our last row. Let's start over here. This is the shade Blaze. This is, I think, another Kathleen Lights one. I've used the crap out of that. Keeping. Next, I have the shade Party Time. This is another matte, and you know what? It's just, I think it's kind of dried out, and it's not giving off pigment. I'm gonna get rid of it. Next, I have the shade Midnight. I haven't really used this too much. Whoa. Wow. Okay. This is very similar to Hammered, actually nearly identical, but this one is supposed to look like this. So, holy crap! Oh man! Well, that's, ew. How did that even happen? Okay, so be careful. Got it. I'm going to put that aside. My gosh, what is happening? Okay, 3 more! This is the shade Luckfully. Wow, okay. Okay, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, yep. I don't know when I'll wear this, but it is stunning and makes me very happy. Next I have the shade Chipper. Yep. And finally, this is the shade Sugar. Does it translate? Yes, it does. Okay, very frosty. Okay, holy crap. Let me put them all back in here. Okay, so I only have 3 that don't fit, which is pretty impressive because I used to have, you know, all of these ones too, which are going away. Okay, moving on to these. Whoop, there's an assortment of things in here, so let's just start here. Okay, so I can tell you right off the bat, I am keeping that shade. Maybe I should just tell you what I'm getting rid of. I'm actually, the only shade I'm gonna get rid of is this little one. This came in a little sample kit, like 500 point perk, and I depotted all of them, and I don't love them. They're Urban Decay. You'll see the rest of them, which I'm probably gonna get rid of also in another Z palette, but all of these I'm keeping. I think this is a Morphe. This is, I believe, a Morphe. Oh no, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Gleam. Makeup Geek. This one might be actually Anastasia also. Oh my god! Yeah, this is the other Anastasia one in the shade Sangria. Beautiful. This is a Morphe shade right here in the shade Mysterious. This one broke. This is Morphe, or Makeup Geek's Grandstand foiled eyeshadow. This is just a blush that I depotted from a holiday set, I believe by Tarte, and this also went with it. This is just a base color. It works really well, looks really natural and beautiful. Let's move on to this one because I have a feeling I'm going to get rid of quite a few of these. So these 4 shadows up here came out of a Tarte palette, I think. I'm going to actually get rid of all 4 of these shades up here. Next, I have this little tiny thing right here. This is by The Balm Cosmetics, and I used it a lot. It's kind of lost its pigmentation, so I am going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Let me swatch these, you know, because I have so much room on my arm. You know, I feel as though I have some of these shadows in palettes already, and so this shadow sucks right here. These are all by Morphe. They're just their single shadows. This is the shade Secretive. I'm actually going to get rid of all of these in this corner. They're not that bad, but I just have them in other palettes, and maybe someone else that I know will get more use out of these. Moving on, these right here are all foiled shadows from Makeup Geek. This is the shade Caitlin. Beautiful. This, I don't know, Jester maybe? Beautiful green. I am going to keep all of these. I think this one too. If I was ever going to use a yellow gold shadow, that would be the one. So I'm going to keep all of those. I'm also going to keep this one. Whoop, this is the shade Cosmopolitan. Beautiful shade. Hey, this shade, this is actually really nice. I'm going to keep that one. This is, I think, Time Traveler. Oh gosh. So, oh my goodness gracious sakes. Girl. Oh wow. Okay, obviously used a little too much on that swatch, but holy guacamole, beautiful. Okay, moving on. This is the shade Mai Tai by Makeup Geek. Yep, keeping that one. This is Sensuous. That is really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that one too. This last one is Naked Lunch by MAC. You know, I'm gonna get rid of this one too. I don't like the payoff. I don't think it's very good. Maybe someone else will like it more. All right, wow. Okay, the last Z palette. This is a Z palette by Glam Tech. You can search them on Etsy and they custom make palettes. This is the coolest palette I've ever had. It is gorgeous, beautiful. Highly recommend. They customize the shape and the color of everything. And it just slides off like that. If I can remember and do it, then I will link them below. These are a lot more of my favorites. Oh, these three up here are those Urban Decay little ones, so I am going to get rid of those. Actually, I am going to keep this gunmetal shade right here, because I don't really have a lot of shades like that, but I am going to get rid of that purple one. Okay. Moving on, I think I'm gonna get rid of some of these shadows right here. These are all by Morphe. They're their big ones. I know that's so descriptive, but let's see, because I think these two are very similar. Okay, that's what that one looks like. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is the oh gosh, this is the shade Moolah, and I'm going to be keeping the shade Linger. This next one is just a really nice kind of grayish taupey color. Pretty nice. Next is a bronze color. You know, I feel like I've run across a few bronze colors, and this one takes up so much space that I am going to pass this one along also. This is the color Stash. The last two, oh man, you know, I'm going to get rid of the light pink one. This is the shade Date Night, and I'm going to hold on to Fairy Tale. Okay, you know what? Actually, looking further at this swatch, I am going to keep Date Night also, because it's so pretty. Alright, so this is everything I'm keeping, and this is everything I'm getting rid of. In most of my other categories, I've been able to get rid of about half of my stash, and it's not quite the same in this category. So out of my eyeshadows, so just like my potted eyeshadows, I had a total of 67. I kept 43, got rid of 24. My cream eyeshadows, so that's like the pencils and mostly my pencils and my cream sticks. I had a total of 10, got rid of 8, kept 2. My loose pigments, I had 14, kept 3, got rid of 11. And my little kind of single eyeshadows like these, the ones in my Z palettes, I had a total of 56, kept 38, got rid of 18. So I did a lot better than I guess thought I was going to do. I didn't really have any expectations for this category, but I'm getting rid of quite a few things. A lot of my collection. I'm not too mad about it. I did pretty good, I think. So if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check my channel for my other declutter videos. I'm doing my entire collection. I've already done quite a few, and like I said, I was able to get rid of about half my collection out of my other categories. Don't forget to subscribe for other videos. Until next time, thank you for watching!